All right, in addition to doing CNC projects and stuff, I like to cook. And upon occasion, I come upon recipes that I need to substitute some stuff for. Somebody says 8 cups, I go, how many quarts is 8 cups? I can figure that out. Nice little board to stick on the wall of your kitchen. Makes a nice, cute little gift. You can do that. This one is made from the most inexpensive material I can find, which is a cedar picket. Looks like it's 2-piece. We can make this for almost nothing. All we have is the time to machine it out. And it's very useful. Looks good in the kitchen too. So let's get to it. Hey, if you find yourself enjoying this kind of content and want to see more, why don't you mash down on that subscribe button? That helps us immeasurably. And then maybe punch the like button and give us a thumbs up and maybe comment and stuff. That helps us bring you more content like this. So please do that, it helps a lot. And now, due in part to the overly litigious society in which we reside, listen to my robot.
Danger, Will Robinson! Danger! No, Will Robinson! Danger!
Here we go again. This one looks hard, but the CAD for it is super easy once you have the file, which I'm giving you for free. So there you go. Let's check the material. We're just going to reset this to 750 just because that's standard. You could certainly make it 1/2 inch. That's fine, depending on how deep that stuff goes. So, okay. So if you look at this, okay, we'll look at the VCarve here, and there you have it. Okay, it's everything except the outside. It should be noted that I have changed this file to make this kind of a bas relief in here. You'll see when I show you the prototype, not just an outline, which you certainly could do. It would be faster, but I think it looks better the way that I have changed it. You'll notice I have called out a flat depth of 1/4 inch here. Okay, that's so we don't go through in here. You'll see what I mean in a second. I am going to use a 90-degree bit because I don't want to go as deep as a 60-degree bit would go. I am not going to use a clearance tool. A clearance tool basically is if you have large areas that are cut out. You know, if you're cutting that out with the point of a 90-degree bit, it's got to go back and forth 100 times to cut that out. And if you use a clearance tool, normally that is a flat bottom end mill, it's much faster. You you end up with a tool change, but it's much faster that way. Okay, so here we go. Let's call this engraving. All right, and we're doing it all with a 90-degree bit. So let's do a calculate, and it's going to think for a sec. There we go. There, you see what I'm saying? It's cutting all this stuff out here. And I know it looks kind of funny. I mean, look at that. You know, that looks like some kind of 70s font or something. But when I preview it, you'll see what I'm talking about. It's taking her a little bit because I have the resolution way up. There you go. That looks fantastic if you ask me. It looks better than the outline one that I did. Okay. Okay, and that's why I used that 90-degree bit. Okay. That all looks good. You'll notice on this one that I just left the window the size, the final size of this board. You can change that as you need. Okay, but let's do this. Let's just change that. This is a good learning tool here, learning moment. Let's change that. It's 20 by 12. We're gonna have to remember that. So my machining window is 48 by 32. So let's just change that here, and I'll show you. And this is, like I said, it's a good learning tool here. Okay, so there we go. Remember, I said remember those numbers. So we're going to put a rectangle around it. We want our anchor point to be right in the center, and we want the width to be 20, and we want the height to be 12. And that's the size of our board right there, okay? So that's how we put it in. All right, now if we wanted to, if you're not going to cut the board that size and then engrave it, for me personally, what I would do is cut the board bigger by a couple of inches so I have something to clamp to, and then cut it to size literally on the radial arm saw when I'm done. But if you want to cut it on the CNC, let's do that. That's going to be a profile. We'll go all the way through. We'll use my 6mm, and we'll go on the outside because it is an outer profile, and that's what we'll call it. We'll call it outer profile. Okay, and we'll calculate that. Let's reset the preview and preview all the tool paths. And there you have it, just like it was before, but on a full window. I'm curious, honestly, to see just how long this will take. That's a lot of engraving. Let's select all the tool paths, and we'll hit the estimated times. And so this one's only 15 minutes. Okay, so that's not bad at all. It's not as bad as I thought it would be. Anyhow, let's go spend 15 minutes and 32 seconds in the shop and route this out.
Okay, what we have here is just a cedar fence picket. You can see it's dog-eared at this end. I'm going to have to take that into consideration when I cut this off. And that a kitchen conversion chart will be 2 of these. It's a give or take 18 inches long, give or take 12 inches wide. So I'll just cut 2 of these off, and this rough cut cedar, I will sand both sides, but it gives a real nice kind of old-timey kind of country look to that board. So we'll saw this up, we will joint them and glue them. Okay, for the glue up of the kitchen conversion chart, I just use pipe clamps and Titebond 1. I use Titebond 1 just because I think it dries harder and not so rubbery than 2 or 3. It is not as weather resistant as those, 2 or 3, but unless it's going underwater for significant periods of time, Titebond 1 will do you. Maybe not for outdoor signs or something like that, but for most stuff, Titebond 1 will do you. So a couple of pipe clamps, and we'll have this glued up. Once it dries, we'll plane it real smooth, and then we'll take it and machine it. All right, so here's that G-code for those kitchen conversions. Cycle time on this is about 52 minutes, and I'm doing this with a engraving bed, a 60-degree engraving bed. So we'll get her set up and we'll get her running. I also run my spindle because of the where it's engraving, it's not, the blade speed because of the diameter isn't very fast. So I run this about 22,000 RPM. Here you can see that blank clamp down. I was very careful to ensure that my clamps are all outside of the machining window. Okay, so I don't have to worry about those hitting them. If you're using clamps, especially if you're using metal clamps like I do, it's worth your extra time to ensure that that never happens. Again, spindle speed's about 22,000. We'll fire it up. And I will see you in an hour. Here's the part of the video you guys have been waiting for, the part where I give you the free coupon code. Just go to the link in the description and it'll take you to the file page and check out like normal, and when it tries to charge you, just put in that coupon code and it'll be free. The only thing that I ask in return is that you subscribe to the channel. Subscription's free also. Doesn't cost you anything. Maybe, 2 seconds to click the button wherever is. All right, let's get back to the video. All right, because the one that I made here is a little different than yours, than the one that you'll make if you make it with the file that we give you. These will be bas relief here. I did mine a little different. I didn't like it because this is the first one I made as much as I liked it doing a VCarve here. So the file contains a VCarve and I think it looks better. Then, you know, I just painted it and sanded it off. This is going to get, I think, a couple of coats of just regular tung oil because, you know, it's not subject to a lot of wear and tear. You hang it on the wall, you never see it again. It's not a cutting board or anything like that. So that's what this one will get. And she's almost done. I'm going to leave all of the imperfections in there, the little knots, you know, the little wormhole here. I think that gives it a nice kind of country look to it. So we'll get some finish on here and we'll give you an after action. All right, I usually make stuff that has some utility or some use to it other than just decor, but I like this one. Turned out great. I love the cedar picket posts that we made these out of. It gives it a very kind of country look that I really like. Look, this one had a big knot in it that came out. And remember, the file that I gave you guys has these in bas relief instead of like this. I liked it better that way on the 3D rendering than this one, but I had already made this one, so such is life. Easy to make. Does have a little bit of glue up in it, but not too bad. This is not one that you can probably make by hand. You probably need the CNC for this one. So hopefully you enjoyed it. Remember, subscribe, like, give me a comment, ding the bell, you know, whatever, so that you can get more of this type of content and more of those files that I enjoy providing to you for free. So thanks again.